he doesn't know how to work a fucking microphone. Me being playing guitar for 15 years. I'm not working.
Hey, Twitter world. Yours truly.
Alright. Everybody ready? Fucking do it. Let's start with So As To Be and fucking...
Wait, what's this show called?
Wait, the Cock Review,
what
bro.
city are we in?
Whip it out. The Yacht Rock Review.
Dude.
Michael McDonald.
Yo.
Goddamn.
Very important guest today, guys. Mr.
It's Michael
Mouth
McDonald.
himself. Mr. Michael McDonald.
Thanks for listening to
Me on your podcast.
Welcome to the Mathrock Review. Fuck you guys. Introducing our guest star, Michael McDonald.
Where's the walkout music? You gotta give him the John Cena theme song.
On Cena.
Austin has joined us on the Mathrock Review to give us their hot, spicy, fresh Mathrock takes.
Tastiest takes.
Hailing from the hot desert sun city of sin, Las Vegas, where we all once dwelled.
It sucks here. And my hot take.
I got an STD there.
Well, that's not unusual here. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
For many
why
an
they throw it out there.
STD.
But it stays here, right? Like
Several.
once you leave.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
it stayed.
Yeah, it stays there,
It
yeah.
crawled off.
Speaking of spicy takes, I actually forgot about this. You commented that Chon is not math rock.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Care to elaborate?
Chon.
Care to elaborate?
Okay. So it's just the large majority of the tracks, while they're dense and rhythmically active, they don't really change time signatures, like ever.
Would
Oh,
changing time
it's-
signatures be the only qualification for math rock?
I think it's the biggest qualification for math rock.
The biggest qualification.
I think it's the most important thing. It's not the only thing, but it's the most important thing. That's the math in the math rock for me.
Ooh.
I would call, you guys asked me what I would call Chon, and I would call them Sonic Core. Sonic Core.
Definitely Sonic Core. That's like a subgenre of math rock is Sonic Core. For sure.
Possibly
That's them.
the
Huh.
first demo 2008 for sure.
Especially
Yeah.
that. But across their discography, it's just, and there's no shame in it, right? Like, it doesn't have to be math rock to be super cool.
Yeah.
It's to me, that's my opinion, which is right.
Huh.
And
I never really thought about that. Does it have to change time signatures to be math rock? Is that like a qualification?
I've heard
I
a
feel
lot
like-
of math rock today listening to Japanese bands, and a lot of it hasn't changed time signatures. So I feel like there's a lot of overlap of intricate rhythms, layered polyrhythms, intricate grooves, intricate fills, all of this stuff coming from like post-hardcore, and also like unconventional song structures from prog and like post-rock. That like make math rock what it is, and math rock is headed in so many random directions all at one time that incorporation of all of those different styles is what makes it mathy in my opinion, not just the changing of time signatures, but changing of time signatures is an ultimate indicator and definitely the most prevailing like noticeable thing about like math rock is like if somebody throws a groove to an upbeat, you can instantly feel it in the music versus if they say in 4/4 but it's a layered polyrhythm.
Yeah, because I feel like Chon is really math rocky, but then like stuff like, and maybe who's the other band that is like a less good Chon? Polyphia, yeah. The Polyphia, they're like kind of like math hoppy or something. But then you get like band like Animals as Leaders, I would not call math
But
rock,
is it like
even though they're like more mathy than Chon is.
Polyphia and like Chon, they're also taking from like this R&B like do 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 like this interesting like riffy vocal melody stuff like into the guitar playing with the chord, like the jazz chords and stuff. Like it's almost like neo soul in a way.
For sure.
I mean, I
would
don't-
say more Polyphia than Chon. I feel like Chon is very much like stuck in these, and I mean this endearingly, stuck in like kind of post-hardcore roots and just like kind of hard rock
I mean,
roots.
they're not stuck in anything anymore, but
True.
They
true.
used to be. They used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I
maybe
kinda
still
like
stuck in a
chill
record
wavy.
deal, but that's to be said. Remains to be said, I guess.
Oh, I'm sad now.
Dead.
So we should say So As To Be. So As To Be is a band that Austin is in Vegas, math rock band. We definitely want to give a shout out to them. You should definitely check their stuff out, Austin. If you could kind of describe what the act is and what y'all do.
Yeah, man. So As To Be is a math rock band that kind of takes influence from obviously a bunch of my favorite artists. It's kind of my pet project. I write most of the tunes. A lot of it is emo influenced, I would say, and I've always been very inspired by like jazz chord voicings and things like that. So it's drawing from all that stuff and kind of put it in a big melting pot. Hopefully doing something unique with it.
You know, ever
Who would you
since.
say are like the?
Go ahead,
Oh,
Paris.
sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
I'll go.
I was just-
I'll go.
all right, fuck it. Yeah, go.
Fuck you.
Go.
Fuck you.
Go. No, fuck you.
Ever since that last episode where Ferris showed me Jank, I've heard a lot of that influence in your songwriting, and that was like the first time I heard them. It's like this very expressive, very like almost shouty, like your screams are transitioning into really flourished like vocal parts, and it's like very aggressive but also very like stylistic in that like regard.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hate talking about Jank just because of problematic nature of the vocalist.
We're talking
former
purely about
vocalist or
art
whatever.
and not the artist.
For sure. Definitely was big influence for
Sure.
me, especially when I was young.
I mean, yeah, we have our influences. We can't deny that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm
Who would
glad you can hear it, I guess.
who would you say are like the top 5? If there are even 5, but like top 5
Influences?
like influences in your process.
For So As To Be or for any of the band members, or what do you
Yeah.
think?
Or things that like people. I think people could hear Jank for sure, but
Or
like
for
what about some
fans
other
of.
bands?
Like top 5 for
Yeah.
fans of.
Yeah. Okay, so for that first record that we put out, and the second one is yet to come out, but it is in the works. For that first one, I would say Jank for sure. I would say Duck, Little Brother Duck,
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
kind of an obscure band.
I haven't listened to them
You know
in a
them.
crazy long
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Great band. Very, very
They're very good.
important to me, songwriting wise. Dude, I don't know. That's something I always struggle with. Is like, who do you guys sound like?
Probably you really liked
Feed Me Jack.
yes, Feed Me Jack.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
I think you
Feed
guys
Me
sound
Jack.
like Feed Me Jack for sure. Not as like poppy or bouncy kind of, you know. It's more in the rock, more aggressive like vein, I guess. I'm trying to say.
Definitely a little more, aggressive, a little more straightforward, a little less.
What's another? What's
clean
two
guitars and two more. Yeah, dude, you guys put me on the spot. It's hard. I don't know,
bro. You gotta talk about your shit, dude. You gotta talk that shit. I feel like the new stuff has taken a more like jazzy approach. Well, the old stuff was jazzy, but this one feels really jazzy now. Is there
Yeah.
like
Are
a
there-
bands that?
What about lineup? Is their lineup changing? Is Leo sticking around or?
That's a great question. I haven't chatted with a couple of dudes in a while.
Sure.
There are lineup changes to come for sure. I don't want to disclose all of that right now.
Yeah, it can be
But-
sensitive for sure.
And
But-
it's not like in a bad way. Just
Yeah,
you know,
the
people's lives are
direction,
in
sensitive
transition.
information. I mean, but yeah,
For sure.
the
Andy is
direction
staying in the
wise.
band, though. I can say that. And then direction-wise, I mean, yeah, I think Ferris said it right. Like the second record is definitely more R&B inspired. I've actually been listening to a lot of D'Angelo, and
Yeah,
I feel like
Angela.
that was a big influence. Definitely not in the math rock realm at all, but
Now, math
adjacent
rock.
to and just
That's the beauty of
complexity.
math rock is like it's so many different things at so many different times that oftentimes the inspiration of those other core genres like way outside of rock are so cool and so unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Still
awesome.
present, still like influencing, you know.
Well, hell yeah! Thank you for joining us, Austin. I guess I don't think we've ever done official.